Everybody, welcome back. Ascension 12. Been very, very smooth for the past few videos for sure, but no opportunity to get alchemized immediately. This is a restart. I'm sorry, as far as I'm concerned, it's a restart. Give me an early dagger throw. I maybe should have thought about the boss swap, but... You know what's great is that you could be like, anytime someone's like, why wouldn't you do the boss swap? Just, oh, you don't understand how valuable draw is. If you need a get out of jail free card when defending your decisions in a deck builder, just talk about how undervalued draw is compared to energy. Yeah, energy's better, but you don't realize how valuable draw can be. Draw could be anything. It could even be energy. Now, I digress, but... Sure. You know I love taking the dagger throw early. And the reason is fairly obvious. I have a bias towards... Well, I have a bias towards discard. I have a bias towards Shiv. Not to bring Succession into this, because this is Ascension. It's a completely different thing. But really, I just have a bias kind of against Poison. It's not because it's not good. It's just because, like, it's probably the only archetype I really interfaced with the first time I did the Ascension grind with the Silence. So, you know, you just kind of... At some point, you're like, it's more interesting than just popping some poison on you and then hitting you with a couple of catalysts. I'm stunned and grateful for the selection of cards we've had up to this point. Our attacks have gotten way better. I was kind of hoping we could get an all-out attack, but... Give me a strength potion if we're stuck on like 50-something gold. Should make it a lot easier to get through one of these elites. Happy to do that. Happy to transform a defend at this point into a choke. Not necessarily bad, I guess. But we don't have any sneaky strikes yet, so we're not really hitting like huge discard combos, but not bad maybe. We gotta go in.
12 damage, 9 damage, this will be 15 damage, coming in.
I think we want Strength Potion and no choke. Because Dagger Spray and zero cost attacks get the most payoff from the Strength Potion. Okay, taking no damage is nice. Taking a small amount of damage is okay. Then this turn we really gotta hit ya. And... we did. 23 damage in one turn is pretty tough, though. I can do 22 damage in one turn. But I can't do 23, so I'm going to freeze you right there. I'm going to take one... This still has the potential to be like a really good Lagavulin fight, man. Didn't take too much. We lost most of our health on the event that had us upgrade a card. Dump it. Acrobatics was like, I took it for later. Like the English beat. I saved it for later. At some point, we're going to get cards like Tactician, or Reflex, or Sneaky Strike, which are going to enable the discards to really start popping. I want a Sneaky Strike, but I can't pass up an Adrenaline showing up in a card reward. It's just not going to happen. This might be chokeable. 12 damage, 4 damage twice. It's going to be that. Okay. Orichalcum is the savior here. So we've actually gotten like a pretty... That stings, but we've had a pretty gentle line so far, I think. You're probably not going to die next turn, if I'm being honest with myself. Never mind, you're going to die next turn. That's pretty good. I almost don't feel like you can have enough. If I could replace all of my strikes with dagger throws, I would be loving every minute of it, Jerry. 12 damage. I just got to take a peek. 12 damage takes you to 15. A dagger spray does 11, and then any other attack kills you. It takes you to 7, actually. And then all we gotta do is put out 19 damage on this turn, which is actually surprisingly easy when you have a bunch of dagger throws instead of a bunch of strikes clogging your deck. I'm gonna take a deflect. I think we have enough offense right now. We have some AoE in the form of dagger spray, which I am gonna play. And then I'm just gonna reevaluate things as they stand. I can kill both of you. Are you seeing the vision now? Are you freaking sorry? What's the vision? The vision is strikes are bad because they're 6, but once you give them some utility and take them up to 9, man, like, I can see why 7 was so afraid of it. No, 7, 8, 9. I can see why 9 was so afraid of it. I think with choke, we gotta throw in a blade dance. I think. Honestly, buddy, just put the ooze in the bag. Use potions for tempo. It's that simple. 8 damage. Be mindful of Orichalcum, because if you don't have to play a defend, you don't want to play a defend. Now, I think it's a very good first floor so far. You know what? I'm not going to do the math. I'm just going to dump that. I'm like, if I play this, can I kill you? 6 damage, and then 6... I don't believe I can kill you. So I'm happy that we got this. 6 damage. These is going to be 9 damage, I think. I would love... I know I've been asking for it, and I said no to one. I would love a sneaky strike, though, man. I'm not a believer in any of these. Even Riddle with Holes. I'm not really a big believer in it. One sneaky strike would really start to just get the wheels turning. Neutralize? Acrobatics. Could have taken a little hit with Orichalcum, but I'm like... If they're not gonna force me to do it, I'm not gonna be excited about taking that damage for no reason. And we got a potion anyway. Okay, I know we said we can't have too... I don't think you can have... I don't think 4 is too many, man. This is the new strike. I am gonna improve... No, it doesn't get any more damage. I'm just gonna improve the dagger spray, man. We play it like every time. We love it. We dump it. We love it. We dump it. And we like it. Now, we do have, like, very little damage output here. So, I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't really know what we're going to do about that. I guess we're just going to attack as much as we can and then tank damage with Orichalcum. See, it hurts because I was talking like a pretty big game earlier. I have one more energy. About like how set we are, thanks to the value of our dagger throws, but it's kind of, I wouldn't say falling apart, but not as crisp as I thought it could be. But you are half dead, about halfway to doing your next big attack. The real problem is, like, after you add all those burns into the deck, life becomes substantially more painful. Just a horrendous turn all around here. 2 damage. 8 damage. Dump a burn. The dagger throws are doing a great job of sifting through the burns, too. You gotta admit. Hold the mister. Okay, here's where things are going to get real. That's 30 damage. It's the clutches neutralize I ever could have prayed for. 18 damage is not that bad. I'm going to save a Liquid Memories to maybe get like a choke next time we draw Blade Dance. And we got him in like inverted order right now, but... And speaking of inverted order, what was that, man? Choke last? What are we doing out here? You know what? At the end of the day, I'm glad that this is how it went down, because I'm actually going to be able to save my potions. But I was right that we could beat the boss, but it was pretty close. Burst is really good. Full stop. After Image. I kind of feel like After Image in this deck right now is Cope, because it is a Shiv build. I'd much rather add this after Act 2. Burst gives us like a much better chance to get ahead of things. And you gotta take Pandora's box. You don't do anything. You are like antithetical to what we're trying to build. Fine, good. Not really a fit. I can live with it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think I like it. Now, you know what I'm going to say? I'm a little bit surprised, and perhaps even a little bit, to use some language I may regret, cheesed off, that we did not get a sneaky strike. But we only have 22 cards in the deck. I think we got some real chances nonetheless. So how do you play this one? We know we want to finish with a finisher. So forget flechettes. Dagger throw to search for better cards. Dump it. Dump it. And then play a finisher. 30 damage. Oh! You just got knocked out! Sorry. I like acrobatics, but here's the thing. We already have one. Yes, it's not upgraded, but we need more stuff that pays off with the discard before we go any further in the discard meta. We could still pivot more in the shivs if we get the chance. We don't have strikes and defends, so we're not that interested in those. I'm going to dump a Bouncing Flask, which is one of the only times you're ever going to see me remove a Bouncing Flask from my deck. No Sneaky Strike is... It's unbelievable. It's completely unbelievable. I'm going to take a backflip because we need some block in this deck. And let's start here, and then we can figure out which fork in the road we want to take. 3 skills, that's more like it. Can't burst leg sweep. Leg sweep itself is really good, though. Okay. So this is a much more difficult run than our last run. And I can't choke Blade Dance finisher, but I'm sort of, like, I think we're well equipped for what we're going up against. Figured better safe than sorry. But I'd rather fight an elite. We need relics, man. Nunchuck works with what we're trying to do. Burst gets insanely good when upgraded. I do feel like this is a risk because the elites are this is the more difficult path, but that might be totally fine. Am I willing to leave you guys alive to do more damage to you? It feels right. Whether or not it is right, it feels right. I'm like, I could choke again. It feels like we could do worse than this. Our next skill gets doubled. Let's double Survivor. Two more cards kills you. I can't reliably play 2 more cards, so we're going to have to play a Dagger Spray, even though it makes you a little stronger. It was a bit of a puzzle on turn 1. You're attacking anyway, which is, like, annoying. I'm going to be real with you, buddy. I think it's a footwork leg sweep, even though obviously you're not the highest damage here, but... What is this, man? Let's dump Acrobatics. It's kind of a crazy play, but I want to get Ascender's Bane out of my deck. I feel like we're moving way too slow right now. We do get a free turn, but our free turn is like, it's not that much damage. This definitely has the vibe of like the wheels are coming off. Do you trust me? Burst, Acrobatics. Dump Prepared. The whole process of this was to build flechettes. It didn't get any stronger? Are you kidding me? I mean, play flechettes. Oh, then we can't play Blade Dance, right? That's true. Oh, I think it's falling apart, lads. I think it's falling apart. This is not a very good turn either. Because we're kind of like all in on the Gremlin leader, but he's gonna have a lot of block, and but there's no way we're surviving an attack from both of them in the same time. He's actually gonna have no block, so don't listen to me. I'm not doing the math. Oh my god, he died. But we need the Relic of the Century to hang in here. Regal Pillow. Man, I'm taking a backflip, but the deck lacks like a reliable engine, man. Gotta try Adrenaline. Flechettes does 8. You just can't be like excited about doing 8 damage right now. Gotta keep that. You gotta dump this. Flechettes does 12. You do 18 damage. Guys, I just don't see... I don't see us getting good enough fast enough to come out ahead here. The problem really is that more than anything else, we have good cards, but it takes all our energy to play like our best setup every turn, which means we're not actually ever gaining like any purchase. I should have probably choked earlier too. I mean, I'm not gonna come out here and say like I'm not making some mistakes now and then, but most runs can make a couple mistakes and still be okay. Relatively okay. This one's falling apart. We do, if we're focusing on the positive, which like at this point, why wouldn't we, I guess? We do have great HP management, but we just don't have what it takes, man. That's not gonna help. That's not gonna help. I'm kind of... Oh, I forgot we had Orichalcum. I thought we were dead there. Instead, we're gonna live on this turn too because of Finisher. I mean, Terror is a very important card. We need to be able to rest. As much as you know what? Shoot the moon. Take the shops. We got a waffle in the shop. It's not... Don't even think about it. You got nothing to think about. What do we do with 257 gold to save our run? We need sneaky strikes, man. We need sneaky strikes. None of this stuff helps. Like, removing an acrobatics improves the run. I know I'm the dude who added it. Trust me, it hurts me the most. Ignore the elite. Lose the HP because we can gain it back via Blood Vial. Still no sneaky strike. Chemical X does not hit. Buy a regen potion. And hang on. Hang on! Because we still got a long way to go on this one. I'm now like, I'm fishing for whatever I can get. And I feel like whatever I can get, in all likelihood, is like in Venom. We should really use it like that. It's in Venom. We pivot this. We didn't get the sneaky strikes. That much is self-evident. So having not received the sneaky strikes, what do? You pivot to a Shiv build. Hope to add, like,
Accuracy? I don't know why I said it like that.
hope to add accuracy. Hope to add Envenom. Hope to upgrade Envenom. Sneak a win against the boss. Get an energy relic, and maybe, just maybe, you know, you've hit the narrow path. You've hit the Paul Atreides path. And you got a chance to get greatness. But I'm pessimistic about it right now. Tools of the trade. I mean, it like enables the discards, but we already have so many discarders, man. If anything, I'm insulted by the number of discarders we had with no payout to take advantage of the discards. See, this is... I played like 8 cards, and I did 48 damage. That's not... Those numbers are not going to get you into the Hall of Fame these days. It's just, it's a different league now. I'm not saying that, you know, it's a different era. I get that, you know, back in the day we were playing against plumbers or whatever, but like this is, it's starting to hit different. Starting to believe we're in a, oh no. Starting to believe we're in a very tight spot. Let's put it that way. One skill. Things you hate to see. Now we're tilting, so just pull it back a little bit. Pull it back just a little bit. Is Sneaky Strike a common card? Is it an uncommon card? What are we dealing with here? We need to hit you with the ultimate finisher. Like duplicate. Oh man, I don't really love it. We don't have the energy. We have the energy to play a finisher. Okay. So that, what's funny is that like last game, that would have been like a decent but otherwise like relatively unremarkable turn. But this game, I mean, there's no point to anything on this one. This game, it took a potion to make that turn happen. A potion and beautiful draw. So that's what I just mean when I say we're behind the 8 ball. Now, it's not necessarily bad. It's not necessarily over. It is pretty bad. 2 skills get played twice. It would be nice to be able to play Blade Dance Finisher. Blade Dance, we already have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to have 2 shivs that just get sent to our deck after playing this. But it's the only way we could have done it and still been able to play Finisher, which I think is like a very important... For our morale, even, just to be able to look at this enemy and be like, hey, we're actually doing a little bit of damage. We had extra energy there because of Nunchuck. That's my bad. Lachette's with 4 skills. It's something. I guess... I mean, what would you play? I guess you gotta do this. We did get you to split. Or not split, but take the turn off. I guess, dude, put an Infinite Blades out there. Well, when in Rome, dump the choke. We can never even play the choke, man! I'm here to tell you that I'm pretty sure being on full HP is not going to help us. Well, it obviously, like, by definition, is going to help. I don't think it's going to save us, though. But maybe having 1 extra Shiv per turn is what we needed, man. Maybe that's the secret. It would be nice. It would be nice. 2 skills. Not great. Bob. 4 turns of weakness. Now you're speaking my language. I think we've done 6 damage to you since you've transformed. That's pretty bad. But now we have the ultimate choke turn. And we're not dead. Which means things are looking up. Come on, man. It's so embarrassing that you're taking a turn to buff. Like, just kill me, dude. You got me. We've completely stalled out. 19 damage, livable, dude. Livable. You must be very embarrassed right now. This is exactly what I wanted to see, was a blade dance. Because now, finisher is putting us in the hopeful range. Where, in theory, it's not gonna happen, but... in theory, if math, like, didn't exist, we had a chance there. We're gonna run it back. We got time. Just let me cough for a second. We're so back. That was Ascension 12. I honestly think, like, everything was going great until the first boss gave us Tiny House, Velvet Choker, which we just could not take, and then a Pandora's Box, which didn't give us great transformations. But that's the game. It happens from time to time. Honestly, probably the best thing is choose a colorless card. But I really like starting with a thin deck as the silent man. You can do a lot, and I'd like to fight 2 elites if possible. Actually, I mean, the idea that we're gonna have... oh, I misclicked. The idea that we're gonna have the capacity to fight 3 is probably not realistic. Or maybe a better way to describe it is we have no way of knowing that until we see what kind of rewards we get. I do like an all-out attack. But the possibility is there. I've been enjoying the silent man. I mean, it's just when we win more, I enjoy it more. When I was losing a lot with the silent, I was like, oh, I can't wait till like I'm finished with this character. Now I'm like, man, it gives you so many opportunities to to alter your deck. I really like Eviscerate, because I really like the discard meta. Masterful Stab is amazing early, I think, but I'm going to take Eviscerate. I think it's more flexible long term. Let's go here. I will pay to remove a strike, and I will pay again. Yeah. I mean, this is nice too, but I'll pay to remove another strike. An 11-card deck with some good cards is mighty interesting to a guy like me. I don't want 3 elites. I want maybe 1 to 2 elites, but the opportunity to upgrade some cards. This is the way. Okay, don't screw me. It didn't dump Eviscerate. That's all I needed to know. This does 27 damage. 58 max HP is kind of low, by the way, but I really wanted to get Golden Idol. And I know I said it maybe a few times, but like Golden Idol gives you 30% more gold. Gold is good. But the other, don't screw me. The other thing that's crazy about Golden Idol is that there's an event on the second floor to question mark, where if you have the Golden Idol, you can get the Cursed Idol or whatever it's called that heals you every time you get gold. But so that the relic is good, but the main thing is tough bandages. That's amazing. Give me calculated gamble, man. And then right off the bat, upgrade it. Play calculated gamble, draw Eviscerate, play Eviscerate for free, get a ton of block. He became a drill rapper. But the main thing that's great about it is that the other two are like lose max HP, gain HP, get a curse, or like gain max HP, lose a bunch of HP regularly. I played the wrong card, but it worked out like I'm a genius. That's crazy, man. We would certainly would love a sneaky strike. Nice of you to show up, by the way. All-out attack. Dumped calculated gamble. Not great, but could be worse. The idea was that we would dump something else and then we'd play calculated gamble and get the best eviscerate of all time. I think, so we could do 27 damage to you. Leaves you on 20. Or, I could take you down to like a
30, 20, 35,
I probably should have just hit you with the eviscerate. You know what? I'll do that. Then we draw all out attack and it's over for you. Kind of a weak use of the energy potion, but okay, fair enough. I'm more than happy to have an opportunity to keep the deck thin. Because, like, we can have some really, really amazing first turns, I think. Like, Survivor. Dump this. Play that. Go for it. It's pretty much exactly what we're looking for. Do it again. Like, I know we could... Well, we could just draw Eviscerate or Sneaky Strike, in which case we're happy to have played this. Now, I was hoping kind of that we'd draw both, but that's okay. Dude, this is crazy. And then keep the deck super thin. Just remove more cards, man. Tactician also seems like a nice pickup. I think we need a little bit more gas, but it is like kind of crazy. And then remember, Calculated Gamble is also like a crazy block if you get to play it with a relatively big hand. This is very interesting. Aw, man, not interested. Okay, 14 cards is our biggest asset right now. Biggest problem, more than half our deck is still starter cards. But like, it's a pretty good version of that problem to have. Not drawing Eviscerate is crazy. I was hoping we would... Oh, we'll just make our own. Insane. This is madness right now. What? I mean, you might as well play this. At least you get 3 block out of it. And it makes an Eviscerate cheaper, which means you pretty much gotta play it. We're really hoping to have 2 Eviscerates that cost 0, but... Brother, we have blocks in the deck. Like, don't do me like this. I'm going in. We don't need to pop the Flex Potion on this turn. What? I'm okay with that. It means next turn I can play a big Eviscerate on you again. In theory. I swear, if we lose this one, I'm gonna freak out, man. I'm gonna freak out. You gotta play it. Don't. I mean, we weren't about playing sneaky that time. I realized, by the way, what part of my problem was. I didn't make Calculated Gamble upgraded, which would have been. Oh yes, I did. Yes, I did make it upgraded, man. So that's a horrible turn. I think we will have to use our Flex Potion. Buddy. Don't do me like this. Give me a discard at least. This is a huge turn. Do we even need to use... If we don't need to use our Flex Potion, it's so much better to not have to use it. And then next turn, all I have to do is like hit you 2 times. Or 1 time. We have you, man. We have you. It's not in Venom. Is it After Image? I don't even know if it's After Image. That might like make the deck worse. You know what we need is like Blue Candle to play Ascender's Bane, and then Unceasing Top. I'm gonna take an After Image just to work with the defense here. So Wristblade potentially making Eviscerates deal 4 extra damage would be nice, but I think we got to acknowledge Hovering Kite is kind of like the GOAT for what we're looking to do right now. And I think Double elite scares me, but I want an early shop because I want to remove some stuff, but I don't think we can do it, man. Start here. You don't even... You do need this, okay. So I'm... Normally, I don't really care if we lose a run. And that's for real. On this one, the main reason I seem more invested is because I think this is a really cool run. And I would hate for it to just die because we don't have quite enough gas when the core engine seems like so cool right now. It's not that, it's not those. Buddy, can I afford to lose the... I'm adding bites, okay? It does thicken the deck, but it's... If you'll forgive me, I think it's a bit of a calculated gamble. This will give us 2 energy back and a bunch of block when we do this. Huge, man. It's a calculated gamble to keep us in the game and not ruin too early the good thing that we got going on here. I'm trying to think of what we even want to buy. It's that, man. I mean, I guess you would have just been dead, but... I'm trying to think of what we even want to buy. It's none of this. We need a shop. It's on site. I'm not going to give you my gold. That's just ridiculous. I think it's a beautiful opportunity for a calculated gamble. I've rarely been, like, more wrong. We drew exclusively blocks on the subsequent turn. Which sets us way, way back. I can at least kill you, but this is gonna sting. Okay, Survivor dumps Tactician. Circle gets the frickin' square. It's something you don't love to see it, that's for sure. We get there easily. Just hold, man. Just hold. I'm telling you. No discards. Like you gotta admit, even if you think I'm kind of stupid, they got it out for me on this one. I lived. I forgot. You got to discard first. You always got to discard first. Of course, of course, of course. That's a given. It's got to be this. It's got to be this for the amazing block and energy capabilities. It's got to be this, of course. I lived. Hold. Stabilize and hold. This is bite, bite, and bite. Yes, yes, it's bite, bite, and bite. They bite and bite. They bite and bite and bite. He's itchy and scratchy posting. That's just a horrible turn that says us way back. But easy come, easy go, buddy. If I bite you, you go to 7 with 3 blocks. Sneaky strike kills you. Every bit of health matters. You know what? Give me a backflip. I think we may find ourselves needing it. Good rest takes us to 19 HP. Just in time for the elite fight. Okay, very important. Let's heal a little. Then the discard. The after image. The neutralize. The bite. The survivor. We have damage potential, man. We can get there. Right? You need to discard. 2 bites. We lose a little bit of HP, but we gain some block on the play as well. Take the bite. The sneaky link. It's gonna be a battle, okay? And every time we draw a wound, like what just happened, it's terrible news. I don't think we're gonna be making it out of the woods with this one, guys. The deck's just it's got too many wounds in it now, too. But we hold. That we continue holding. So much energy, and yet nothing we can do with it, man. Nothing we can do with it. Oh, I think I fixated way too much on making the deck elegant without actually making sure that it did something. Either way, for now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. I'll see you next time. That's a demoralizing one. I'm not gonna lie.